Welcome everyone to HFN. Today is the 24th of January 2020. Your trusted source of news, and as well as giving you all the news according to the charts. This is your first time watching our video and you appreciate how simple it is in our language that we speak and the price chart that we are delivering to you. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you like the video, share the video, and then follow us on Facebook, because Facebook is going to be the location to where we'll place the outcome of our forecast for stocks and other cryptocurrencies that we cover. So make sure you follow us on Facebook as well. But for today, this video is going to talk to you about Bitcoin and how we have a so-called legendary trader who is stating that Bitcoin could go through a very serious correction. And at the end of this video, we'll go ahead and update you on our price forecast that we placed on our video for Bitcoin on the 21st of January. So now let's get started. This article literally just came out. And if you don't know who this legendary trader is talking about, they're talking about Peter Brand. He has a massive following on Twitter. And we're going to look at this article to try to substantiate whether or not we will be any better in determining whether Bitcoin is going to move higher or lower. Okay, so if any of the bullish factors he watches changes, it could result in a much more serious correction. This article written by Tony is talking about there are some things, technical indicators that Peter has identified for Bitcoin, and if any of those factors changes, then Peter is stating to us that we can see a very serious correction to the downside. It just simply means the market's going to move lower. Okay. He highlights his bullish Bitcoin factors, but warns of a more serious correction. So already the reader of this article is confused as to whether or not Peter is looking for the market to move higher and or lower. When you see traders and individuals who write articles such as this, you understand that they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. One thing for us is that we're going to give you a bias in the direction of the market at the time of our video. Will we get it right? Of course. Will we get it wrong sometimes? Of course. But in no situation will we tell you that the market in Bitcoin is bullish and then we'll come around and speak out the other mouth and say, but we could see a more serious correction. For a legendary trader, I would suspect this individual to be a little bit more pronounced in the direction in which he feels Bitcoin is going to go. When it comes to legendary trader Peter Brand, although he's a self-proclaimed Bitcoin bull, his analysis is always unbiased. But your analysis is always confusing. You laid out right here in this Twitter post of your reasons for Bitcoin being bullish or should be moving higher. But then at the very bottom of number 4, should above items change, then a more serious correction could occur. See, when you see individuals write or speak of these words, should, could, but, if, maybe, possible, those are all trigger words that they don't understand what direction the market's going to go. Peter went ahead and did this tweet today. These are some of the technical indicators that he identified. Retesting the upper boundary of channel is normal. Retesting 18-day moving average. No 3 DTSR has been triggered. January 14th low remains intact. And then there's another technical analyst or analysis out that goes by Elliot Wave theory. There's been a discussion for those who follow Elliot Wave that hints that if the crypto asset, talking about Bitcoin, loses this current momentum that has been in since the beginning of this year that it could result in a massive panic sell-off to $1,000. That seems very improbable from where we are right now. So I don't think it will be a massive panic, but it could be a slow, methodical movement down to $1,000. But I'm not even seeing that right now. A drop to $1,000 will be the serious correction that Brand is warning about. Okay. Brand, this article is placing words in his mouth because nowhere did he give a monetary value to where Bitcoin can hit $1,000. So Tony, the author of this article, is trying to place this $1,000 drop in Bitcoin on Peter, and that's not right. But before bulls begin to panic, there's in saving grace on Brand's latest chart, an upside target of $21,398 and a new all-time high for Bitcoin. As Brand points out in a later tweet, charts are constantly morphing. It's not the charts that are morphing, it's just the price action that continues to change. It's the sentiment of the market. And exact trend lines are usually only clear after the fact. It's the trader's way of saying that even his charts, despite his over 30 years of trading success, define that for me. That's what I want to know. Define success for me in trading. Could be drawn incorrectly. And with a market as speculative as crypto, anything is possible. See, every article that we bring up on this particular channel always has a loophole. So this loophole tries to give Peter an out that he could be wrong in the drawing of his price chart. And after 30 years of successful trading, you would think that you should have pretty good exact trend lines, right? You should rarely draw trend lines incorrectly after 30 years of trading. Now, I wanted to show you the tweet that he did, and this is it right here. And this was his later tweet, because what you have here is individuals doing the same thing. They're placing their charts, their ideas under Peter's. So everyone is seeing the same thing. Look at this chart. This one right here is confusing. I have no idea what's going on in this particular chart. But then on the tweet, the individual talking about, yep, I saw the same. No, you're confused. For you to have all of this on your chart, you have no idea where the market is going to go. You have another individual. See, everyone sees the same thing. They're drawing the same trend. Anything is possible. This is what Peter wrote. A man who's been trading for 30 years. This is what he wrote. Anything is possible. We will know after the fact. No, it's too late, Peter, after the fact. We need to know before the fact what the market is going to do in Bitcoin. Again, another trend line. Everyone is doing the same thing. So this is what makes us different in this space. It's that we don't utilize technical analysis because everyone else is doing it. So what type of advantage would you have if you did the same thing that they did? All right. So now let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin and what we get in price action from our last video. So this is it right here. Okay. We did our video in Bitcoin on the 21st of January. We was looking for the market to move higher. And granted, you can see right there, it didn't do it. But look where we are at right now in the market in Bitcoin. We're right there at our support area. So yes, this is not a good trade for us from the 21st of January. This would be what I would consider a loss of about 2.32%. And it happens. So let's go ahead and get rid of it and count it as a loss of about 2.12%. And another thing that I'm going to get rid of is this ascending line in this space for Bitcoin, because the market did not trade above it. So it's not being utilized. Okay. So as you can tell, everyone had their trend line moving to the downside. We have our trend line moving to the upside. We're playing ahead of the game. So now I'm going to take this ascending line and I'm still going to pinpoint that resistance is still in the market in Bitcoin at $8,800. All right. So that's where that is. Resistance in the market in Bitcoin is $8,800. Support $8,400. If we close, okay, which I am suspecting the market will do in Bitcoin above 8,250 around that particular price, then the market in Bitcoin is going to continue to see some higher movement. Okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. And again, I'm just literally just seeing consolidational trading from an hourly perspective. We are seeing a slight resistance area right now around 8,500, but the market still continues to reflect that it wants to move higher. The true resistance area is around $8,600, so we need to keep that in mind in Bitcoin as we continue to see this coin trade. Okay, so I'm going to vie for the market in Bitcoin to continue to see higher movement, but I'm going to play this on an hourly time frame. Okay, because the daily time frame is not done. Now, if we were done today in the market for Bitcoin on this daily time frame, then I would be looking for it to move higher from a daily perspective. But since we're not, I'm going to play it on a 3-hour time frame. Okay, so I'm still going to pursue this market in Bitcoin to see higher prices. Like I said, 8,250 definitely needs to be maintained support, but I'll hold it around $8,200. And ultimately resistance is still around $8,800, but we'll TP it at 86, right there around that particular area. Okay, so that'd be about another 1% market move from where we are right now. Playing this on the 3-hour chart for Bitcoin, and just need to sit back and allow the market to work and see if our forecast is correct. Before I go, let me look at something real quick. Yeah, the strength is still coming to the market in Bitcoin. I might need to drop it to around like 85.50 for TP. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it to 85.50. That's gonna be our TP price. But granted, strength is here, so I'm looking forward to move higher though. So questions, comments, as always, let us know. Make sure you always maintain a profitability. I'll see you all on the next one.